Welcome everybody to TechCraft. This is Rob, and in today's video I'm going to talk you through how to configure your Nest Protect devices, so your thermostats, your smoke alarms and so forth, inside of Hoobs 4. Let's go. So this video is focused exclusively on Nest Protect devices, so thermostats and smoke alarms and things like that. My previous video was about Nest cameras and doorbells, so if you're interested in that, it's linked above. This is part of my series of completely redoing my whole Homebridge setup, my whole Hoobs setup on Hoobs 4, which I completely reflashed, so there's a video above about that as well. You will need Hoobs for this, so you can either get a Hoobs box from the Hoobs guys, or you can get a Hoobs SD card, or you can build your own setup completely. I've links to all that in the description below. For today though, let's dive straight into setting up the Nest Protect devices. So here I'm in the Nest desktop app. You can use the Nest web app if you want, but I really prefer the desktop app, and I've linked to that down below if you want to download it and get going with it. But either way, come to plugins. I've already got the Nest Cam installed, but we will need the other Nest plugin. So we'll search for Nest and we'll see Nest here, Thermostat and Protect. So click on that, click install. I can reuse my Nest Cam bridge, but I much prefer to have a bridge per plugin. This way, all of the different plugins are completely isolated, and if I screw one up, it doesn't really matter, and if one crashes, it doesn't really matter. So my recommendation is to have one bridge per plugin, so that's what we'll do. So we'll use the Add Bridge option, and we'll come to click Install here. This will just take a few minutes. Once that's done, press on the Configuration tab, and we're going to link our Nest account, or our Google account in this case, to the Hoobs plugin here. So we'll press the link account button. You don't need to wait for the bridge to start. You can check that one of two ways. You can either come to the bridges panel and wait for it to show a QR code, which it's now doing, which means it started. Alternatively, you can go to the log and wait for it to say that it's started. So we're going to come back to plugins, come back to Nest Bridge, back in here, press configuration, and then come to link account. If you're using the web app rather than the desktop app, the next bit might not proceed exactly the same way. In particular, if you click a button and nothing happens, it means that your web browser has blocked pop-ups, and you'll need to allow those pop-ups by clicking on the icon in the address bar and saying allow pop-ups for this website. It's a little annoying, but just be wary of it. Since we're using the desktop app though, we'll just click login. It will bring up the login page on the side here. I'm going to use my normal Google account to link this. This doesn't work with old style Nest accounts. You have to use a Google account, and that Google account has to be linked to your Nest account. But that's basically standard, I think, now for all new Nest devices, so it's not a big deal. And yes, we need to give Nest permission to our Google account, so click allow. You'll get a code like this. You're going to copy that code, paste it into this box here, and then press complete setup. And that's all you need to do to link your Nest account to your Hoobs account. Really simple. So once the plugin's installed, let's come back to the bridges page, and we can see now we've got the two QR codes. I'm going to grab my phone and link it. I'll show you how. So I fired up the home app here. I'm going to press the plus in the top corner, choose add accessory, and then I'm going to scan the Nest Bridge QR code like that and press add to home. All of the accessories you add into your Hoobs box are uncertified, so you need to allow them. It's not a big deal, so I'm just going to click add anyway. This can take a little while it discovers all of your devices. Where's your bridge? This to me doesn't really matter, so I just choose any old place, say it's in the entrance. So now you need to go one by one through all the devices that are linked to your Nest account. I've got a fair few thermostats and a fair few smoke alarms. This might take a little while. I'm just going to add them to any random room. I'll clear it up later. That's the smoke alarms done. Now for the thermostats. So that's everything added. Let me just quickly show you what it looks like inside the home app. So the first thing to note is if I come onto the switches here, this one here, home occupied, that's how Hoobs is showing the occupied sensor. It's showing it as a switch. So if the home is occupied, the switch is on. If the home is not occupied, the switch goes off. Really nice. The thermostats kind of appear as you would imagine. I've got three here. They're not all in the entrance, obviously, but we took that shortcut. You can then come into them, see what heat they're on. You can control the water and so forth. So you've got all controls here you would get through the Nest app in your home app now. And then if I come to rooms and just come to entrance, which is where I added everything. If I come into the alarm sensors, you can see I've got all of the sensors now, carbon monoxide and smoke for every single smoke alarm I've got in the house. Really nice. Okay, so that's how to link your Nest Protect devices to Hoobs. Really quick process. Since they added the new account linking process, it's much, much easier, and everything basically just shows up automatically inside your account. The hardest process, at least for me, is organizing all the devices into the right rooms, but if you take your time during setup, it's not a big deal. Hope you found this video useful. If so, please hit like, please hit subscribe, and maybe hit the bell as well. There's a lot more coming in this series. I've got a lot more devices to add back into Homebridge, and I'm going to really refine my Hoobs setup. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.